It's Thursday, July 14th, and we're still in Washington, D.C., on our way to the Spy Museum.
So this is one of the paid museums, unlike the Smithsonian museums that are mainly free, and it's a little bit more south of all those other museums that's on Independence Avenue. We're going all the way down to L'Enfant. But on the way en route, we're of course passing all these other Smithsonian museums and monuments that we can see from a distance.
Yes. A lot of nice buildings.
Yes, so we've seen the Reichhorn Art Gallery. That over there is the U.S. Capitol at a distance. This is the Reichhorn again, and a fun fact is that's the setting for Wonder Woman.
Oh, yeah.
And this is the Air and Space Center right there, but it was closed.
Yeah, it was closed.
Yes. So I wanted to go to the Hirshhorn, and there was a Kasuma exhibit that I really wanted to go, but I didn't realize you had to time it to get in.
Yeah. So here is the Spy Museum. We've made it.
We have a 10:45 appointment, timed entry for it. But before that, of course, we're going to check out the gift store. I thought we arrived a little bit early, and they were pretty strict about letting people go into their specific time.
Yeah. We did check out the gift store, but I'm going to show this footage of that later on.
Okay. So it's a cool entrance. It's a cool building.
There's a James Bond car.
Yeah. So it's everything spy-related, espionage, schemings, code breakers, weaponry, plannings. And I didn't actually get to read it. It's a lot of reading, though, I found this museum.
It was a lot of reading.
And it's only actually just 2 levels that's for viewing. And then they'll call out your time, and then you have to get in line.
So we're on our way in now. We have to scan our barcodes.
Yes. And then when we get in, it looks all nice and mysterious. And really, spydom, the whole concept of spies has always been part of history.
We each got a card.
Yep. And we're going to make our code names, and we are supposed to go on some sort of our own espionage.
So this is what we had to do. We scan it, and then saying that it's gonna take on a secret identity. And so mine was Ellerly. I couldn't see that. Yeah. And my code word was Tempo.
My code name was Raven.
And so, I don't know what that was.
We get to go to the first level, and again, spies have been around for centuries. Very much part of history. This was a story of a spy, James Lafayette, who helped the Sons of Revolution spy against the British. So a lot of these little setups have the stories involved for each of the different, parts of history.
And these are real people.
They are real stories. And so there's the Mata Hari later on. There's one who's a big spy for Elizabeth I. Russian spies, and again all their stories as to how they got into this. But I didn't get a chance to actually read each and every one of them because the boys had wanted to go to more child-friendly sort of exhibits. Like
Tristan was reading them all.
Oh, that's good.
So I was watching him.
At a certain point, I felt like there's just so much of this going on in the background of our lives that it felt scary that the safety of our nations or ourselves or what do these spies control really, right?
So these are just like devices for, bugging.
Right.
Tapping into surveillance.
Bugs. I wonder why they're called bugs other than they're tiny, they're like bugs.
That's why. This is the real life Q. I guess Q from James Bond.
Oh, I see. Giving out the orders and getting the orders out there to all the many spies.
There's a
the
secret
network
pencil.
Of spies. I know, that was cool where they have all these different weaponry in the shape and forms of other things like a lipstick.
Yeah, you'll see
pistol,
that later.
Chief of Disguise. So again, there's all these jobs out there that you almost wonder, how did you even chance upon
I think they're recruited.
being a spy, right?
They're recruited somehow.
How do you know? How can
Masks. So different costumes.
And all your paraphernalia, all of your props.
Special Ops Ninja.
Wow. How can I be a Special Ops Ninja?
Locked away.
And of course, when they get caught by the enemy, then there's also retribution to pay.
Yeah, we'll see that later too. Tortures.
Lots of scary stuff.
I'm not sure what that is. To zoom in.
Different mechanisms and different weaponry.
Pepper oil. I should have zoomed in closer. It's hard to read.
But lots
Foam.
of gadgetry that they use as part of their reticule when they're out in their business. doing their business.
Oh, that's a flashlight?
That's an umbrella.
No, the one before was a
I
flashlight.
see. Microscopes?
Yes.
Electron microscopes?
So, just a lot of gadgets.
Yep.
A clock with something hidden inside. And this was cool. Did you see this? It was a
The
pigeon
pigeon.
with a camera.
And they were part of
I think they were trained pigeons. See that guy there? It's his pigeon.
He knew how to get the birds to spy from a bird view angle.
So this is like a secret tunnel. East
Oh.
Germany. It's like a circle.
And how many people were able to escape? Is that the thing?
I didn't read it. I was just looking at the pictures.
But yeah, lots of historical context was involved.
So
in
here's the
Spy.
tunnel.
Oh, wow.
You didn't see this?
I think I may have passed it. But we went through a different sort of tunnel ourselves later on.
Oh yeah.
It's from the real Berlin Tunnel. So yeah, these are the other
This is
stories.
an actress though,
Yep,
right?
Mata Hari, but then she became, during the World War One.
Oh, she became a real spy?
Yeah, she became a real spy because
Oh, I
she
thought it was
was
just from a movie.
because she was from Europe and she was very she was a linguistic. She knew so many languages, and so because nobody would have suspected her as being a spy, the resistance asked her to help them out, and they were, because her business as an actress was dwindling because of the wars, right? There was nobody watching movies. She thought that it would be a good idea to be a spy
Oh.
because that paid her quite handsomely. It actually paid her 1 million francs at one point, which is a lot of money then, I guess. And then ultimately she was in a firing squad.
Oh.
She was caught in the end. But her legend remains, and there's been a few movies dedicated to her about her life. One notably where the actress Greta Garbo played her in the
Okay.
50s.
Okay.
So we were mainly here, me and the other two boys, in this code room.
Deciphering codes. Or
So,
deciphering codes.
It's actually tricky because you're thinking, oh, I love puzzles. And I guess it is meant for somebody who wants to break things apart.
So these are different words.
Yes, the
for...
code. So what they did was native language to decipher these things. So for example, the hummingbird looked like one thing, so they used the native word for hummingbird to call it that.
And it was a Navajo
Yeah.
name.
So that was interesting. And these are all the code breakers. There was a school somewhere where they basically invited those who were interested in puzzles, and part of their schooling was about Scrabble or chess playing or things that really had to work with numbers and letters, and they didn't realize that they were really part of a spy school until the best of the best was really filtered out and then asked to, help break codes.
I wasn't sure.
And this one too, you scroll through it, and then at a certain point you're gonna get a full sentence that makes sense.
But
So we found it.
So someone who's
one-
trying to break this code has this sheet.
Yeah, so
and
I don't
you're
know.
trying
I don't know
to
specifically how they find the shit exactly. Like how do you
type-
filter through, right? Like what's the one it's in there? Oh, this one. It's so random. It almost felt.
Yeah, because it's a real sentence.
It's all a letter.
But then
It's
you're
a full
taking
letter. Yeah.
words.
You can take things into context and say, "I'll meet you here," right? But that could just be fluke. I don't know.
And this is
so
like
this
the older
one
times.
is you correlate one letter to another letter, and then through that wheel you can sort out the hidden phrase. And this one is on leather, and so when you scroll it, it should spell out something like you're in danger when everything is wrapped around the spool.
Yeah.
And everything is kind of dark, so it looks like it's very secretive, very mysterious, very much in the dark. And of course, the best way to get information is you have to use your senses. The main thing is listening, like putting your ear against a wall or a glass and trying to hear what the other party is talking about.
Can you find the V weapon?
Yep. And it's all about gaining power, gaining the upper hand, making sure that you're ahead of the game when it comes to anything that deals with national safety and security.
Finding Bin Laden.
So this one was a group of spies too who've been trying to find Bin Laden even before 9/11 had happened. And I feel like there's a lot of missed tactics
Yeah.
that unfortunately they slipped.
Missed clues.
Missed clues that otherwise they could have had prevented the whole situation from going on. But again, the importance of national security, because in terms of spies, you're almost trying to get ahead of the other guy that you're fighting.
This is the JFK section. And you'll actually see his report card. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, no. From school?
Yeah, so this is his report card in grade 8.
So he's okay.
Average.
There.
It says it's not quite as good as your last report card. Grade 8 report card. Young Kennedy. And then now we're just in a section. That's a canoe. I guess scuba diving.
With all of their props to spy?
I think so.
And this, I think this comes more into like all their supplies. So
this was the hanging thing. So this
endurance.
woman got to 30 seconds.
I know, effortlessly.
So we're like, oh, okay, we have to beat 30 seconds.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
so Hayden goes first,
and the machine goes to the height level you're at. Then it slowly inches you off the ground, and you have to hang there for however long you can. And he lasted for
less than a second.
So
he tried again, his second attempt, and
2 seconds. I think he's still on tiptoe.
I think he was on 3. He had 3 seconds.
And so Tristan next tried, thinking, I can do this. I do lots of push-ups. However,
his wrist gave in.
It's harder than what he had.
Yeah. So the 30 seconds that woman did was amazing.
Yeah.
She should be a spy. So 2, 3. Oh, so Hayden had 0.3 seconds. Not even a second. Tristan reached 7.8 seconds. I didn't even try.
I didn't
want to injure myself. So this is the Wheel of Fortune.
And it's just covert actions. It's just a spoof.
We kept getting betrayal.
I know.
And then Mason got betrayal. And then you went and you got
not betrayal.
Foul weather. And then I went and I got betrayal.
So I think you have to spin from the other side. So we're entering the parts where you had the Canadian. This was a Canadian caper where a number of journalists went in and they were held hostage.
Was there a movie of this?
Yeah, there was a movie with Colin Firth.
Okay.
So that was good.
Art of Propaganda. So
how
I guess these are
clues.
Like magazine covers.
Yeah, exactly. But we're entering the area of spydom, where it's more in the current century, and what are they doing to filter or hide more of their information within the masses?
Don't be lonely. Oh, this is the ninja section. Move like a ninja. So this is how to be like a ninja.
I thought there was a different kind of schooling for ninjas. Dressed to disappear.
That's why you wear black.
I see.
In the night. But then this one is different. It's gonna say here. Appearing larger than life.
So you layer yourself? I didn't see this area.
And then Trojan horse. You know the story of the Trojan horse. It was just a movie.
An epic battle.
Hiding in plain sight.
So how do you get away with just being incognito?
So now Tristan and I are going through a crawl space.
Yes.
And so you have to be as quiet as possible so the people underneath won't hear
you.
But we were being loud. Oh, I think Hayden was behind me, so everyone was looking up. Oh, this is what you were talking about earlier. So that's the lipstick gun.
Different weaponry and different
the flashlight gun.
Transportation.
Cigarette gun. These are all guns.
Yep.
The walking stick gun. Glove gun. But they all look something that would be in a Bond movie or from the 70s.
It looks exciting. Like really well thought of prop piece together. Why spy?
Why spy? I like the red.
Yes.
The red and the white. It's very...
Popping out. So this next level actually took us to some of the cases that we had to work in. So I worked with
This is George
Hayden.
Washington.
Yep. He also had a lot of spy aides to help him during the revolution.
Fateful failures. Fateful failures. So they have here the 1941... Is that Pearl Harbor?
Yes.
Pearl Harbor attack. And so how they could have stopped it by they missed clues in different intercepted messages. And then on the opposite wall is the 9/11 attack. And again, they missed clues in intercepted messages. And they have those messages there, and they're highlighted, the different things that were missed.
Oh. I didn't see this part. Spying in World War II.
So this is that.
Costuming.
Yep. Can you spot the difference?
Is it number of pockets?
Not sure. I didn't get into it. So these are just
More
heroes.
Spies, yep. And there's actually a show that we watched called The Americans. Recently, it's about a couple of Russian spies
With
assimilated.
Kerry Russell.
Yeah, assimilated in the U.S. And so there was an exhibit that's quite similar to it coming up.
Yeah, you'll see it later.
But as you can see, everything is very dense in information, which is cool. But it is a lot of reading for these exhibits out here.
A lot of newspaper clippings, magazine clippings of different cases.
Unless there's setup here that they are going to. This is the Berlin Wall one.
It's like you can pause.
Guilty or wrong.
Pause the video and read it.
Yes, pause the video and read it. Lots of very cool, interesting information. One of the more recent ones is coming up, Canadian spy having to try to break into a cartel of terrorists here in Canada. And they had very unsavory plans for the previous Prime Minister Harper. But they didn't go through.
This is the cyber section that you said Hayden went into, right?
Yes.
I wasn't quite sure. There's a room that you go into with all these lights. I wasn't quite sure what was going on there.
Oh.
Like this room here. Is this where you said that Hayden was, or is this different?
No, it's a different.
All these lights. I'm like, whoa, trippy.
Yeah, I don't remember this.
There's the Pentagon.
I wonder how far that Pentagon was to us. The luckiest trail.
So this is like movies, all the spy movies, and toys and lunchboxes. There's the Americans.
Yep. So that season is done already, right? The episodes?
Yeah. Born Identity. The Avengers. Not Marvel.
The Avengers.
Get Smart. I remember Get Smart.
From
And they have Lego.
What?
Mission Impossible 2. And they have Alias.
What?
And Game of Thrones. James Bond. And then this is the other wall.
More props?
Yes. Same thing. Movie posters and then toys.
So here are different toys and also other props that are spy related, sheriff badges, getaway cars.
And these are more, I guess, spy.
Over the time period.
Yes. Civil War, World War II.
They said it takes about 2 to 3 hours to get through this, but it's really a lot of reading.
Yeah. We got through it in 2 hours, but we didn't read everything.
Heroes or traitors? Are they heroes or are they traitors?
Oh, this is the interrogation section.
This was scary. So this is how they're trying to, of course, get information.
Psychological and physical.
The enemy, if that's how you call it. And of course, there's a huge banner somewhere else that says...
Thumbscrew.
It is not legal to... what's it called?
Sensory deprivation. What is this? Fork.
Because
Iron Maiden.
The Iron Maiden, which is a vault where you put in...
That's like a small version.
And then the terrorist attack, they actually had them listen to Barney songs. Waterboarding through history. Torture is illegal. There was something that said it in this room. And so they've been doing waterboarding, which gives the enemy a sense that they're being drowned.
Yes.
Because they don't know when the water is going to stop. But they just do it up until they could get information from...
Hayden was concerned that there was the Philippines.
Well, I am too. waterboarding kit. It's really a face cloth on top of your face and then water. And other parts
Your
where
tongue.
they think that if you didn't lie, then you could lick that very fiery spoon. This is a solitary confinement room. In one case, how long would you last? But someone like Hayden, who is short enough to just be in it, well, he said it was okay. This is about now cyber attacks, which is now the next level of threat to our national security and our personal security, because everything that we have online is encrypted with password. But if we have a hacker who can break that, then they have a lot of information of our personal stuff. This is information on the Germany.
Yeah, is that the language
East
that was
versus
that
West.
was?
I think so.
That's a Unabomber.
McVeigh.
Yes, Timothy McVeigh.
Oh, and this is the Canadian
Yeah, we were watching that movie.
terror report. And this was just in the early 2000s, and again,
Oh, this is the car that you can smuggle
yeah.
people.
How can you scrunch your
So,
body up
There's someone hidden
so
there.
it doesn't look like you're actually
Someone
transporting
hidden behind the seat.
persons of interest?
I guess they're like boxes
Yeah.
in the seats.
But we tried one, and it was hard to actually get in.
Yeah,
So this is it. I was able to scrunch myself up in there too.
Mason's pretty bendy. Look at him.
I
he
guess.
got in
I don't
there.
know, but his leg.
Oh,
And then the leg is
his
easy
long-
if you're small.
long
but,
legs.
you know, can you fit?
And then Tristan tried.
No.
No. That was better than me. I couldn't even. I already could feel my back going.
I know. That's why I said
You
don't
you stopped me.
proceed
And then Hayden went.
to show off again.
Easy.
Easy.
You went. Easy.
Easy. I can hide.
You can hide in there.
I can hide in there.
And then Hayden said, I can hide with you. We can
Yep.
both go inside.
And then I'm like, nope. We cannot hide together.
And then Mason's like, I want to get in there too. It's like a clown car. And then we found this secret room with all the files.
All the files. The man who won't even be named as the top spy. He just had all this information. But who is he really?
And then
I
we
don't
looked
know.
we looked inside this screen, and it was the other room. There was a secret camera.
Oh, yeah.
So Mason went to the other room to see where the secret camera
Tristan was
was.
saying your family's looking at themselves in the secret cameras.
Yeah.
Red-blooded Americans.
Oh, so
What
this
does
is the real
mean?
life, the American show.
Creating a cover as they spy on American life, but really they're foreign spies.
Yeah, they're just trying to be the everyday American, wholesome family. But she has all these different passports, different last names.
And I mean, how many more people are like that nowadays? We'll never know.
Yeah.
But people are still infiltrating the system this way.
Finding the real life Donald and Tracy. And these were spies who were caught.
Rated by the FBI. And it's cool because Washington, D.C. has the offices for FBI and CIA. And you wonder, when you're walking down the streets of Washington, how many are really Secret Service?
Even their pictures look like they're spies, though.
I don't know. I think you can look like a spy.
She has her eyes closed.
I think they look like regular people.
Oh.
I don't know.
Maybe because they're not smiling.
I don't know if you should be smiling in a mugshot.
Oh.
And so this is us on our way out. And again, just a quick recap of all the different spies from different parts of history, from the Venetian times where, they needed to get information to increase their power and wealth.
Yeah. On the back side of each title sequence there is a fun fact about something.
So yeah, the thievery really is for things that go from, in one case, just seeds of a corn plant that the Chinese government had sent spies to the US for, and they were actually apprehended. And instead of finding the genetic modification for the corn, they're like, let's just steal the corn crops. So they were apprehended at the airport. That was one story. And another story is for genetics. Just stealing, again, information that is priceless.
The one
right?
earlier was the Oreo cookie, stealing the secret formula of the white filling.
Oh, see? Crazy. Things like this that you're like, why can't people just share? You really cannot just share. There, the Chinese crop caper.
And this is our exit.
We have to scan our card again to see if we actually did well in our case. And I mean, we only did Hayden's, really. It's a cool exit. It exits out into the gift store, really.
Yep.
That was a blow-up tank.
The Ghost Army.
Ghost Army.
And here's the gift shop.
Which we already shopped at earlier.
You got a fun hat that you were wearing in the video.
Incognito.
Spy Museum store.
Who is a spy among you?
So this is the hat that you got.
It just says spy.
The black is better than the white one.
It's less dirty.
And they had some cool t-shirts there with fun messages on them.
One of it says, deny everything. Admit to nothing. And some Harry Potter stuff too. Which,
yeah.
Was there spies in Harry Potter? Deny everything. So it was actually a fun gift shop. Lots of kitschy.
Yeah. All is not what it seems. I was never here.
I was never. Leave no evidence.
Spy Wars.
That's cool.
We didn't get any shirts.
Why didn't we get any shirts?
Truth Serum.
What?
And I thought this was like Tristan style.
But it's pink flowers.
But he likes stuff like that. Likes Japanese. You were gonna get this.
I know, it's nice and sparkly.
But you didn't get it.
I did not. So
And,
here we are leaving the Spy Museum. We tried to get photos of the Spy logo, but here we are.